Hello, welcome to More Yoga with me, Emily. Thank you so much for joining me today. I thought we would do another slow progressive flow today, and we'll build up to crow pose, which I sort of broke down in one of the more recent videos. So yeah, let's find a tall seat. You can be cross-legged or on your shins. You could have your legs outstretched if you like. And then for 3 breaths, inhale deeply through your nose. And exhale, sigh your breath away. Couple more, just like that. And continue breathing however you need to, whether it's in and out through your nose or your mouth. With every inhale, imagine your spine lengthening from your tailbone up to the crown of your head. And with each exhale, feel a gentle softening of the front body. Inhale to lengthen through the spine, and exhale to soften. A few more rounds of breath just like this. Super simple, super sweet breath. One more inhale. One sweet exhale. And gently flicker your eyes open. And make your way to hands and knees. I don't know about you, but I felt like I could have stayed there a little bit longer. So if you want to, go ahead and pause the video. Setting up with knees underneath your hips. Toes can be tucked or untucked. Hands, outer shoulder width apart or wider. Okay. And then a little draw of belly button to spine. Inhale, lift the tailbone, hollow through the lower back, broaden through the collarbones. Exhale, round through the spine. Tuck your tailbone under, press through the shoulder blades. Inhale slowly, ripple into cow. Exhale, round into cat. So a few more of these undulations on your own time, on your own breath. You're starting to wake up the torso and the hips. If there's any other movement that feels good for you, feel free to go where you need to go. Last couple breaths here. And then slowly come back to center. Take your right hand and place it in front of the left hand on the mat, and then start to send your hips back and over to the left a little bit. Right? So the hips go left, getting in a little bit more length on the right side of the body. And then inhale, come back to center, and then we'll switch sides. Left hand comes in the front, send your hips back, and over to the right a little bit, getting more length on the left side of the body. And then inhale, slowly come back to center, little draw of belly button to spine. Some of you are going to stay here for scapular push-ups. Remember, scapular push-ups, your elbows stay straight, not hyperextended, but straight, and you just dip the shoulder blades and press through them. Right, so it's all about the action through the shoulder girdle. Some of you maybe have done these before, and so you want a little bit more challenge. Walk the knees back, and then you shift the weight forward into low plank. Some of you maybe are super duper pros at this, like Olympic level scapular push-uppers. And so maybe you tuck the toes, lift the hips or the knees off the floor. So wherever you are, a few more scapular push-ups. Good. And then exhale, lift the hips all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Pedal the heels, get into a little bit of length in the back line of the body. Again, you can wag your tail from side to side or any other movement that feels good here. Notice if your weight is really in the heels of your hands, can you send it forward, more into the knuckles and the finger pads? One more inhale. Exhale, let it all go. Bend your knees, look forward on your exhale. Take as many steps or walk or hop to the top edge of the mat as you need. Standing forward fold, little sway. You might clasp opposite elbows with hands. You could bounce, whatever you need to do. Last breath here. Release your hands, and then with fingertips to your shins or blocks or the floor, inhale a little partway lift. Exhale, let it all go. 2 more. And then bend your knees, chin into chest, slowly start to roll up to standing, one vertebra at a time, slow as you need to go, until you come all the way up. Excuse me. A little loop of the shoulders, up, back, and down. Wiggle, release whatever you need to release. Feel the hug of the legs toward each other. Tailbone to the earth, belly button to spine. On your inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Maybe follow with your gaze. Exhale, dive or fold down to the earth, forward fold. Inhale, lift up partway. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, plant your hands. Inhale, step back to plank. Top of a push-up, either from your toes or from your knees. Little bit of scapular push-ups. Look to the top edge of your mat. You can always come down to your knees first. Exhale, lower all the way down to the earth. Little wiggle of the hips from side to side. Untuck your toes. Press the tops of the feet into the floor, so much so you feel your kneecaps lift away. Tailbone to the back wall, belly button to spine. And then inhale, lift the heart forward to come up. Baby cobra. And exhale, lower back down. Couple more on your own time. Hands can hover, or maybe you press them into the earth a little bit more. And on your next exhale, bring your hands back underneath your shoulders or by your low ribs. Tuck your toes. Exhale, lift up and back, downward facing dog. Okay. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or hop to the top edge of your mat. Inhale, lift up partway. Exhale, fold. Charge your legs. Inhale, sweep all the way up to the sky. Exhale, right back down to the earth, forward fold. Inhale, lift up partway. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Inhale, hop, step, or flip back to plank. Exhale, lower all the way or partway to the earth. Inhale through baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, let's begin. In downward facing dog, touch the big toe mounds together. Glue the inner line of your legs. You have the option of 4 or 5 donkey kicks toward handstand if you wish. So something like that. Otherwise, hop, step, or float to the top edge of your mat. And take a couple partway lifts when you get there. Inhale, lift up partway. Exhale, fold. On your inhale, sit into chair pose. Make sure the toes Big toe mounds are touched. There can be a little bit of space between the heels. And then I want you to think of sitting the hips down and back. Use these big inner thigh muscles. Hug the legs toward each other like crazy. It takes a lot of the pressure out of your quads. And then draw belly button to spine. Bring your hands to prayer. We don't need to keep them overhead today. Couple breaths here. Maybe you choose to bring them out, just practicing that shoulder width apart stance for the hands. Once we're eventually flying on the hands, keep hugging the legs toward each other. Last breath here. Exhale, release. Forward fold. Inhale, lift up partway. Exhale, let go. Plant your hands, step back, flow, or downward facing dog. So again, in down dog, touch the big toe mounds together. Bend your knees, look forward. You have that same option for donkey kicks if you wish. Otherwise, hop, step, or float to the top edge of the mat. Couple partway lifts when you get there. Donkey kickers, think of landing super light rather than sunking down. Couple more breaths. And then top edge of the mat, inhale, lift up partway. Exhale, fold. Again, heel and toe the feet together. And then on your inhale, chair pose. Hips down and back, bend the knees, hug the legs toward each other. Right, tailbone down just till you feel the belly button engaged toward the spine. But you're not curving under, but you're also not hyperextending through the lumbar spine. Wrap the shoulders onto your back. Last couple breaths here. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, lift up partway. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back, flow, or downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or hop to the top edge of the mat. Inhale, lift up partway. Exhale, fold, heel and toe the feet together. Inhale, chair pose. Okay, so we're adding on now. Inhale, lift through the spine. As you exhale, twist to the left. So right elbow comes toward the left knee. You might have your hand on your knee and one hand on the lower back. If you'd like a more open twist, maybe you're in the deeper one. Check in with that right knee. It likes to sneak forward. So right away, draw it back. And you might stay here, pressing elbow and knee in toward each other. Maybe palm into palm. Maybe you come to fingertips. Some of you might spread your wings. Last couple breaths here. In twisted chair. Hips low, heart high. And then exhale, release. You can step back, flow, or downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or hop to the top edge of your mat. Inhale, little partway lift. Exhale, fold, heel and toe the feet together. Inhale, chair pose. Okay, hands to come to prayer. Inhale here, exhale, twist to the right this time. Left elbow comes to the knee, or maybe you take a more open twist. Wherever you need to be. Tailbone down, draw that left knee back. Hips low, heart high. Any arm variation of your choice, keep hugging the legs toward each other. One more inhale. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, lift up partway. Exhale, let it go. Plant your hands, flow, or downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or hop to the top edge of the mat. Inhale, lift up partway. Exhale, fold. Big toe mounds come together. Inhale, chair pose. Pause here. And then exhale, twist to the left. Pause here. Look down. Send all your weight over to that left foot. Come onto the toes of the right foot. And then it's going to be super wobbly, super shaky, but try to hold it as you inhale. Start to reach the right leg back for a twisted warrior 3 thing. Really extend through that lifted leg. One more breath here. And then plant your hands, step back, flow, or downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or hop to the top edge of your mat. Inhale, little part way lift. Exhale, fold, heel and toe the feet together. Inhale, chair pose. Pause here. Exhale, twist to the right. Look down, send all the weight to the right foot. Come onto the toes of the left. Belly button to spine. Now you can do this from that open twist as well. Single spot point of focus for the eyes, and then start to pick up the left leg. Reaching it back, back, back. Toes to the floor, reach through the heel. Squeeze the thigh on that, or the top of the thigh on that lifted leg. Extend through the knee. One more breath. And release. Plant your hands. Step back, flow, or downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or hop to the top edge of your mat. Inhale, little part-way lift. Exhale, fold. Heel and toe the feet together. Woo, that's a lot of chair pose. Inhale, chair pose. Sink in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the left. Look down, send the weight to that left foot. Come onto the toes on the right. Inhale, start to reach that right leg back. This time as you exhale, step back, twisted high lunge. Now if you have fallen out, which is totally normal, don't worry. Reset your lunge position. Lean forward and then retwist. Okay, so as soon as we twist, we forget about that back leg. Supercharge it towards straight. Squeeze the bum, squeeze the top of the thigh. And then here you're pressing elbow into knee, knee into elbow to maybe find a deeper twist. Maybe palm into palm, maybe fist into palm, maybe fingertips. If you send the weight into, or the breath rather, into the chest rather than the belly, it makes it a little bit easier to twist deeply. Last breath here. Inhale, unwind, plant your hands, step back, flow, or downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or hop to the top edge of your mat. Inhale, lift up partway. Exhale, fold. Heel and toe the feet together. Inhale, chair pose. And exhale, settle. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the right. Send your weight to that right foot. Come onto the toes of the left. Inhale, reach the left leg back. And exhale, step back, twisted high lunge. Now you might need to separate the feet a little bit so you're not so much on a tightrope. So the feet are hip width apart. And again, if you fall out of the twist, that's fine. Lean forward, retwist. Supercharge the back leg towards straight. Maybe you look to the side wall, maybe you look up, you don't have to. Really working that back leg like crazy towards straight. Last breath here. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, flow, or downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or hop to the top edge of your mat. Inhale, lift up partway. Exhale, fold, heel and toe the feet together. Big toe mounds touching. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, sink into it. Inhale here. Exhale, twist to the left. Come onto the left foot. Inhale, reach the right leg back. Exhale, step back, twisted high lunge. Inhale, unwind. to normal high lunge. Few breaths here. If you find that your right hip is opening back, think of wrapping it forward and drawing the left hip back. There can be a little micro bend in that back leg, particularly if that feels better for you. Or maybe start to supercharge that back leg towards straight. Arms can reach up overhead if you wish. Make sure you chill out on the shrug muscles. One more breath here. Exhale, fold forward, step back, flow, or downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or hop to the top edge of your mat. Inhale, little partway lift. Exhale, fold. Heel and toe the big toe mounds together. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale to settle. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the right. Come onto that right foot. Pick up the left toes. Inhale, reach that left leg back. Exhale, step back, twisted high lunge. And then inhale, come up for a normal high lunge. Sometimes it helps to bend the back knee to really start to wrap that back hip forward and front hip back, right? So that's kind of action. And then you start to supercharge the back leg towards straight. Squeeze the bum, squeeze the top of the thigh. Inhale the arms up overhead. Chill out on the shrug muscles. Last couple breaths here. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, flow, or downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or hop to the top edge of your mat. Inhale, little partway lift. Exhale, fold. Heel and toe the feet together. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale to sink into it. Inhale here. Exhale, twist to the left. Come onto that left foot, pick up the right toes. Inhale, lift the right leg back. Exhale, step back, twisted high lunge. Inhale, come back up, high lunge. Exhale, hands to prayer. Lean forward. Inhale, lift into warrior three. Okay, so wrap that left hip back a little bit more. And then supercharge that lifted leg towards straight. Flare the toes on that foot so your brain can find it in space and reach it further back. Hands can always be on the floor or on blocks, or maybe have them in prayer. One more breath here. Exhale, step back. Plant your hands, flow for downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or hop to the top edge of your mat. Inhale, lift up partway. Exhale, fold. Heel and toe the feet together. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, settle. Inhale here. Exhale, twist to the right. Come onto that right foot. Inhale, reach the left leg back. Exhale, step back, twisted high lunge. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Lean forward on that long line. Inhale, warrior three. Wrap the outer right hip back. Really reach through that lifted leg. Think your heart or crown of the head beaming in the opposite direction of that lifted heel. One more breath here. Exhale, release, step back. Plant your hands, flow, or downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or hop to the top edge of the mat. Inhale, lift up partway. Exhale, fold, heel and toe the big toe mounds together. Take the inhale to sit into chair pose. And then exhale, twist to the left. Pick up the right foot. Inhale, lift it back. Exhale, step back, twisted high lunge. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, hands to prayer, lean forward. Inhale, warrior three, one breath here. Exhale, step into standing forward fold. Heel and toe the toes together. And then start to lift the heels. Come down. into the wide knee, sort of toe squat. You were probably wondering where crow pose was coming in. Well, here we go. This is a really great place to stay if you know that crow pose isn't where you want to be, or maybe you separate the feet and take malasana or squat. Otherwise, lift the hips up a little bit. Take the hands nice and wide, plant them on the mat, and then you want this sort of action, right, of the scapular push-up. Puff up the space between the shoulder blades. Bring the knees as high up the back of the arms as you can get them. Look forward, start to lean forward. Maybe you pick up one foot, maybe you pick up both, but you want to think of those chair pose muscles, hugging the legs toward each other like crazy, hugging the elbows toward each other. Puff up the space in that between the shoulder blades, and that'll help you fly. If you look down in crow, that's where you're going to go. So look forward to keep flying. Last couple breaths, playing either in crow or in malasana. Some of you I know can hop back from here. Otherwise, step back, flow, or downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or hop to the top edge of your mat. Inhale, lift up part way. Exhale, fold, heel and toe the feet together. Inhale, chair pose. And exhale, settle. One more inhale here. Exhale, twist to the right. Come onto that right foot. Start to pick up the left leg. Inhale, reach the left leg back. Exhale, step back, twisted high lunge. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, hands to prayer. Lean forward. Inhale, warrior three. Exhale, step into standing forward fold or malasana or squat. Pick up the heels, plant the hands, look forward, lean forward. Bring those knees as high up the back of your arm as you can get for crow. If both feet are lifted, can you think of tapping the big toes together? And what that does is it kind of creates a circuit, right? It completes the circuit. I don't know, you're not really making a circuit, but it's a really good analogy. And it makes the balance easier. It makes the lift a little bit easier. If you're as sweaty as I am, and you're just slipping off your arms, then maybe try to practice crow in a little while. Last breath wherever you are. And then hop or step back, flow, or downward facing dog. Okay, from downward facing dog, gently release your knees to the earth. Take them mat width apart, toes back. Send your hips back toward your heels. And then rest into child's pose. Elbows can be bent. You could stack your fists underneath your forehead. You might chicken wing your arms around your shoulders. Or wrap your arms around behind you. Few breaths wherever you need to be. Allow the breath to settle. Allow the heart rate to settle. You did a lot of chair pose today. Last couple breaths here. And slowly press yourself back up to hands and knees. Shift to your hips. And then come down to a seated position. Toes to the floor, or feet to the floor rather. And then hands behind you, fingertips pointing back. And that gives lots of external rotation at the shoulders. Wrap the shoulder blades toward each other. Press into the hands and feet to shift your hips forward. And then let them settle. Wrap the shoulder blades toward each other. Lift through the heart. So a little bit of the opposite action. We did so much protraction of the shoulder blades. Now we get a little bit of retraction. This helps open through the chest and through the shoulders. And then gently bend your elbows. Shake it out a little bit. And roll down to the mat. Hug your knees into your chest. Take a little rock from side to side. And then take your right arm out to the side. Maybe you shift your hips right to start with. As you exhale, lower your knees to the left for a twist. All right, as always, any variation of twist that you like to take. Knees could be stacked. You might take a single leg twist. Maybe you have the legs crossed. As gentle or as deep as you need. And maybe for the last little touch, you look along the right arm just to finish off the spiral in the neck. And then inhale back to center. Reset your spine or your pelvis. Maybe you shift the hips left a little bit. And then exhale, lower the legs to the right. Maybe you look along the left arm. Again, any variation of twist, any depth that feels good for you today. Last few breaths here. And then inhale back to center. Reset your spine, your pelvis. Hug your knees in toward you, and then take them wide out toward your shoulders or armpits. You might stay here. This feels pretty similar to child's pose. Or maybe you kick the feet to the sky. You can grab the backs of the thighs, anywhere along the legs, the ankles, or the feet for happy baby. You might rock a little bit from side to side. And if there's anything else that you feel like you need before your rest, please feel free to take it. This is your time. And then start to think about where you'd like to go for your rest. You might be flat on your back, legs bent, maybe feet mat width apart with the knees hanging in toward each other. Maybe you choose to rest in a supine butterfly with the soles of the feet together and the knees wide. You could rest in a normal Shavasana on your side in child's pose, in a seated meditation, wherever you need to be. And for 3 breaths, inhale deeply through your nose. Exhale, sigh, breath away. A couple more. And let go of all breath control. All muscle tension or gripping, especially in your face or your jaw. With each exhale, let your body melt a little bit deeper into the earth. And stay as long as you can here, 5 or 10 minutes. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.